Take a journey with me to the land of the extreme, to a world of utter shock and awe, of mystery and horror, of gratuitous sex, nudity, and violence. A world where you throw all taste out the window. I am talking about the land of Exploitation Cinema. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Erschen, and this week we are discussing the upcoming Morbid Hour live stream, which will be taking place on Monday, March 16th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yes, we're going to be talking all about exploitation films, and there's so much ground to cover when you're talking about exploitation films, isn't there? I mean, you got your straight exploitation horror, like The Last House on the Left, or I Spit on Your Grave. You got your sexploitation horror, like The Virgin Witch, or Nude for Satan, which are just, softcore porn basically disguised as a horror movie. And that you got your straight sexploitation, like the Russ Meyer films, like Super Vixens, or Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, or Beneath the Valley of the Ultra Vixens. You got your trash of the highest order, like Caligula with Malcolm McDowell and Helen Mirren and Peter O'Toole. And you got your kind of Euro sleaze horror, like Gene Rollins stuff, like Fascination, or Requiem for the Vampire, or Shiver of the Vampires. You got your Jess Franco stuff, like Exorcism, Mansion of the Living Dead, stuff like that. So much ground to cover. You got your women in prison films, like Chained Heat. You got Caged Heat. You got the Big Doll House, the Big Bird House, stuff like Blaxploitation horror, like Blackula, or your straight up Blaxploitation, like Foxy Brown, Coffee. And of course, you got stuff like Arena. You got stuff like Black Mama, White Mama, stuff like that. Yeah, there's so much ground to cover. There's Nunsploitation, where you got nuns shooting people up with shotguns and stuff like that. Oh man, doing stuff you're not supposed to be doing. We're also going to be talking about black metal. Yes. Put on your white corpse paint makeup, and we're talking all about the top 5 black metal albums in history. So it's all about testing the boundaries, of pushing the limits of what's acceptable to the general audiences in cinema. Yes, so put the kids to bed, hide it from your parents, because you're not supposed to be watching this stuff. Because it's all about the extreme, the shock of it, the graphic nature, the gratuitous nudity and sex and violence. It's just throwing everything at you. But I'm not above it, I'm not above a good exploitation film. I have a lot of fun with it sometimes, but it's going to be so much fun to talk about with the others. So don't miss it, Monday, March 16th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hosted by Lord Hellhound from the Horror&Metal channel, featuring myself and Phantom Video, otherwise known as HorrorFan88, and Southern Destruction. So don't miss it, guys, and thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Erschen, in the Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared. Good evening, folks, and we got some brand new merchandise for you over at www.thehorrorcona.com, and that's CONA.com. Representing the Horror Corner. Great new design. We got the Morbid Hour live stream there. You got the Horror Hangout live stream there. And you got my nemesis, the Dark Fate. So grab your t-shirt over at www.thehorrorcona.com. And we also got this beautiful new mug. Look at that. Very, very cool. Thought that came out really nice. So grab your merchandise today over at www.thehorrorkona.com.